All right, yo, what's good, everyone? So today's day number 21 of my 30-day challenge. Not gonna lie, bro, I'm probably not gonna hit this 5K in 30 days. Kind of tragic, but I'm glad I did this challenge because it still pushed me to just not waste time, be productive, and just really push myself to make the goal happen. So although I'm probably not gonna complete it, as long as I can get my account passed and be funded by the end of these 30 days, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be pretty happy. I'll consider it at least half successful because I've never been funded before, so it'll be my first time, and I think I can really do it. So if I can get that done in 30 days, we're a-okay. But man, I do want to go over today the trades that I took. That's gonna be today's video. I do have a bonus. All right. So if you remember last video, it was day number 20. I had said that there was a trade that I took that was just a crazy, crazy trade. I didn't take it. My fault. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't take the trade, but I thought about taking it, and it would have been the wildest trade ever. But I didn't have the confirmation that I was looking for, and it didn't really align with my strategy completely. So I didn't take it. But I did say I was going to show y'all, so I'm going to show you real fast, and then I'll get into the trades that I took. So let me get in here, bro. So I'm going to show you what I was looking at. Why is this here? All right. So we're starting on the weekly time frame. Man, I'm gonna make this very quick. Swept sell side. We're obviously trending up, distributing up after the sweep. So I'm definitely bullish long term, at least until we hit this buy side right here. Now on the daily time frame, kind of the same picture. We have this fair value gap that I am expecting price to retrace to, but I think for us it makes more sense to hit this. This is so off right now. It makes more sense to hit this 4 hour because we're closer to that, or at the very least this 4 hour down here. I don't know why I should have this one marked up. Actually, we're already in it. Shoot, I didn't realize that. Point is, this is what I was looking at. I'm looking at these highs up here, this buy side, and then this 4 hour. So we scale down to the 4 hour time frame. This is really where my date, like my buys for today came in. All right, so again, I'm expecting price to at some point hit this daily fair value gap, but not right now. I think it makes more sense that we hit these highs up here. At the very least, this buy side up here, this high right here. It makes more sense to me. All right, but we obviously have a sell side sweep with an SMT inside of this gap right here. So to me, it just makes sense that we're bullish. We had distribution up. We're coming down, retesting this fair value gap here on the 4 hour time frame. Ideally, I'd want to wait for the one that's in discount, which is right here. But the thing about that one is not only are we kind of already respecting this one, but we have this gap right here. And I want to keep that in mind too. So we have this gap, we're already touching it. To me, we have this gap plus the initial 4 hour gap that's in premium right now. It makes kind of more sense to me that we're likely to bounce off of that, this one right here. So I'm kind of already looking for buys at this point. We have the change in the state up here. We did hit buy side already, but I'm still expecting us to hit this high. So going down to the 30 minutes, I'm going to skip the 1 hour because it's kind of the same bias. 30 minutes, I'm looking for the range that we're in. Nowhere really price should be respecting except this gap right here. So I want to keep this in mind. That's kind of our 30-minute. I'll just label it as a fair value gap. All right. That's that. We're already respecting it. One thing I'm noticing is we're in a range and London lows for the day are inside of this gap. So to me, it's very high probability that if we sweep these lows, we're going up at the very least to, this right here. We have the fair value gaps up here. So it makes sense to me that we have a bullish bias, but in order for me to take a trade going up, I want us to at least sweep, the lows so that we can, because that's mainly my model is AMD power of 3. So we have sell side here, relative equal lows, but again, I'm looking for at this point London to be swept. I wouldn't really feel super comfortable. I wouldn't feel super comfortable if we sweep these. We miss taking out London, right? We just never took London out, and I'm looking for price to keep going up. To me, that's kind of lower probability because we could easily see something like this, come back down, sweep everything, really take out the London lows, which is really the external range liquidity, and then come back up to take up these highs. So I didn't want to just see this sell side swept. I wanted to see London swept. So that's what I was looking for. 5-minute time frame is mainly the time frame I was on today. So 5 o'clock, right? I think we did get a push up. Yeah, we did. So we hit London high. We never touched this external range liquidity. Yo, why is it still going? I've been paused it, bro. Hold on. This is why I told y'all I need a new computer. Sheesh. Y'all want to take off without me. All right, so this is our buy side. This is the range that we're working with. Here you can see we did sweep it. Again, I'm not looking for longs here because at this point right here, we hadn't swept London, although we just did with this. But there wasn't any distribution up, right? There was no displacement going up. So I wasn't ready to take it. And again, I'm still confident in the draw going higher because, you know, we still have this 15, obviously, but mainly we have this sell side, this buy side that was never tapped. Again, we swept London, right? London has been taken, London highs, but I already had the blue. But not this buy side. So I'm still very confident in all of this right here as a target. So here we swept sell side, so I'm down to the 1 minute already. We almost had what do you call it, displacement up, but because of this candle right here, we didn't. So I'm just waiting at this point. If anything, I'm happy with this because this was around market open right here, just chopping like hell, bro. I'd rather wait out the crazy volatility and unpredictability around market open and just kind of feel the day out, be more patient. So this is I'm liking everything I'm seeing right now. We're building accumulation right now. So a sweep would be perfect for my model. And that's exactly what we got. So we have this. All right. London has been truly swept. We have a 1 minute fair value gap. Why did it just disappear? I don't know what just happened. That's the 1 minute. Now at this point, I'm looking for distribution. All right. So I'm ready for longs. I just got to wait for my entry. That is it right there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there was an SMT. Or am I tweaking? I might be tweaking. Yeah, no, I don't think I had SMT. That's what it was. I thought I had one and I didn't. So looking back on it, it was a B+ trade. And I thought it was an A grade when I was taking it. So technically accidentally broke my rules. I'm trying to only take A grade setups. But we have this 1 minute completely inversed, completely disrespected. So at this point, I'm very bullish. I did take the trade on ES, mainly because these highs looked so much better, right? Because this high right here is over here. You can see, you know, we already took it right here and we took it again before dropping. On ES, it was like a quadruple high. I mean, all exact equal high. So to me, this is also the New York high. So everything was just, it looked a lot better to me to take on ES. So I took it on ES. For that reason, I'm actually going to make ES the main screen right here. So we, like I said, we displace up. I'm looking for, so here's my entry model, right? I'm looking for here. Price kept going up, so that wasn't accurate premium discount. Oh my goodness, bro. All right, right here. Kind of what I was looking at. Now, again, we're almost there, but we never actually took these highs. So I'm still willing to take the trade. You can see the discount lines up perfectly with this inverse right here. So that's where I put my entry. Stop loss was right below this candle. So I was going for like a 2.4R. Price kept coming down. There was obviously that small chance that, you know, it bounced off of just this fair value gap and then didn't tag my inverse, but I was willing to take the chances. And on top of that, it was in discount, which aligns with my model, my plan. So I was willing to wait. We did get it tagged. Now, at this point, I'm already tagged. But the thing is, once I got to 1R, which is my break even, where are we at? 1R, 1R. This is my break even level. All right. So we hit, where is it? Hit break even, came back down. So look, this is what it was. At this point right here, I went break even. That candle up there. And then obviously you can see came all the way back down and basically just tapped me out of break even. So I was a little heated. I got back in, and what happened, bro? Okay, that's what it was. I got back in, aiming for these highs. At this point, we're looking good. And then price just did me dirty, bro. Did me mad dirty. Why is my replay not working? There we go. And that was that. That was my trade. So that was my second break even. Now the only time I'm allowed to take 3 trades, the only time I ever allow myself to take 3 trades in a single day is when I have two break evens. So I had 2 break evens. At this point, I'm still very confident in the draw, which I know like the draw and liquidity is up here. We swept everything on both the external and internal model. We have everything we need. It's just price is just so choppy. So at this point, I'm waiting it out. Right now, I'm actually like at this point, which was 10-10. At this point, I'm not really looking to take any more trades. I was pretty much okay with just, ending the day with 2 break evens. But over here, I'm like, man, I'm just still so confident in all this highs, bro, right here. All these highs right here, I'm like, dude, this has to get tapped. Like, I got way too attached to my bias. And at this point, I'm pretty much looking for any possible reason to get in because I know we're going to hit these highs. So I started getting a little bit, I wouldn't say out of plan, but I started doing things I typically wouldn't. So especially right here, since price keeps going up, I'm like, bro, we are going to hit these highs. So I started looking at different time frames. I'm like, okay, what do we got? I'm like, oh, okay, well, we're back above, my original, I guess, entry right here. We have this 3 minute. At this point, I haven't entered yet. I have not entered yet, but I see this 3 minute fair value gap. Let me delete all this so it's easier to see. We have this 3 minute gap, and watch how this next candle closes. Oh my gosh, bro. Why is my computer doing this, bro? Why? Oh, it still sits up. I hate bar replay sometimes, bro. All right. Look how that closes. At this point, I'm like, bro, we are taking these highs. So I set a limit order for this 3 minute fair value gap. And then I'm like, all right, we're good. This will be, the trade that I'll finally be able to take advantage of the bias that I wanted to get hit. All right, or the target I wanted to get hit. So what the hell just happened to my 3 minute, bro? See, now my computer's just playing games. It's right there, 1 minute time frame. Now it's gone. Like, what are we doing, bro? All right, we're gonna have to just look at this from the 3 minute. I don't know what's going on. So especially after this close, I'm super confident. So I just let it rock out, and I got clapped up, only for me to actually see these highs get taken. So at this point, I was kind of heated. I'm like, bro, this is just pissing me off, bro. Like, I knew we wanted the highs. It's just price action was way too choppy for me to take advantage of that. Now, the lesson for me here today was definitely not get too attached to a bias, because even though I had the correct bias and I was way too attached to the correct bias, for me personally, I'm very susceptible to taking trades I shouldn't, just because I know I'm very confident in the bias. So this was a perfect example. I knew we wanted to take these highs, but mind you, when I entered this trade, the third trade of the day, I knew that I shouldn't have entered for the exact reason of I knew price action was just super choppy, super garbage. I'm seeing fair value gaps get just disrespected left and right. I'm just seeing that it's like, all right, this is not good market conditions, and I'm recognizing that. and I still took this trade. And although it wasn't a horrible trade, it was just like, bro, conditions are bad. Just walk away, especially after two break evens. I should have considered myself lucky and just like, hey, look, I took two trades. I didn't lose any money on them. I could walk away right now and be good. But nah, I still decided to take this trade even though I knew conditions were bad. So that was today, man. That was kind of the lesson I learned, is just to be able to walk away knowing that your initial target might get hit, but you don't always have to be in there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's best to just miss out, bro. Sometimes missing out is better because you'll end up in a situation like me, like this. You know what I mean? Where Price really had no reason to kind of disrespect me like that so many times. But at the end of the day, bro, the market's gonna do whatever it wants to do. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. But yeah, bro, that was it. That was my trade. If you watched yesterday's video, I had uh I had mentioned that there was a trade that I didn't take, although I really thought about it. So I'm gonna show you that as a bonus. It'll be very fast, like super quick. But it was a bomber of a trade, bro. Like it was crazy. So all right, bro. So this was the trade. So higher time frame, we had sell side swept and the SMT. I think it was on the 4 hour, and it was all inside of a fair value gap. So very high probability that we're gonna see, a push up on the higher time frame. So this is what I was looking at, bro. Swept sell side. I can see it right here. We were in the range at this point. I'm on the charts around right here, 920-ish. So I'm gonna wait for that inverse. I still have the stuff marked up. All right, bro. 1 minute time frame. So 5 minute, you can see the range. This is the range we're looking at. We sweep the range, bro. We have this inverse. I had my stop loss right below this candle, targeting these highs. Now, I would have took profits up here. I probably would have took partials around this area. But dude, just look what happened, bro. Look, if I had took this trade, I didn't because I wanted more confirmation. It didn't quite align with, my setup. So I want to be patient. But look, bro, like dog. Just imagine, bro. 20R. Like, bro, like, are we being for real? Imagine I took this, bro. I wouldn't have held that long, but still, dude, like, geez, man. Crazy. I almost said I wish I took it. I don't, because I follow my strategy, but definitely would have been wild, bro, for sure. All right, yo. So my computer just did the stanky leg and killed itself. So that's the end of that. But I was pretty much done anyway. That was the trade that I thought about taking yesterday. It would have been a crazy one for sure. But I just didn't quite see the confirmation that I wanted. So didn't take it. Would have been a 20R. Had I held, I definitely would not have held. But had I held the whole way to the higher time frame buy side, I would have been a 20R trade. But anyways, those are the trades that I took today, man. Lessons were learned, bro. That's all I care about, man. I'm still relatively new to this stuff, bro. Trading future, well, not trading, but mainly trading futures and ICT concepts. So the more else I can take, the better, bro. I'm just absorbing all these lessons as much as I can, bro. So I'm not tripping about the losses. Much was learned today. I'm gonna carry it into tomorrow, bro, and the remainder of my week and the remainder of my month, the rest of the year, trading career. I'm gonna take all these L's, bro, and just keep stacking dubs on top of them and lessons. So, but yeah, bro, that was that. I'm definitely gonna call it a night. I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully tomorrow we can catch a dub, but I will see y'all tomorrow. So, peace.